my goodness. Good morning. I'm out a little bit later than I wanted to be out. Isn't this beautiful, you guys? Look at the trees. The camera is not giving it any justice. Look at that gorgeousness. It's so gorgeous. And look at this. I've got my strips on my teeth, you guys, so I'm going to speak with a little bit of a lisp today. That's gorgeous, is it not? Isn't that gorgeous? I just love fall, winter. It's so beautiful. But I only love it when I can bundle up. Sorry, you guys. Hi. All right, y'all. So let me roll. Honey. I got my little coffee in my little glass container here. My old kombucha container. And I'm getting ready to go over here and basically run my first errand today. We're getting out early, honey. And let me actually cross right here before this traffic starts building up. I forgot to go and grab my I was gonna put a hoodie around my waist to hide my backside. But to be honest, it's not like it's that big anyway. It's not like causing a huge distraction, you know what I'm saying? So that's not the case. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. All right. I always say thank you to the people when I cross over because I feel like they are, even though I'm walking and they're driving and they'll get to where they're going before I get to where I'm going, it means a lot when you stop your car to allow someone. It's not just the law, because some people don't have to do it, you know. But when people do stop so that I can cross, I always say thank you, because you never know what that person is on their way to doing, what that person is, where they're coming from. You don't know what's happening in that person's life. And during that time, in that split second, they chose to do something nice for you, you know. Like I said, it's not all about the law, you know, because people can be rude all day long. They choose not to be. Okay, so you guys, how about, I did not know that that's the tree, you guys. I said I was going to make my tea. I did not know that people did not know that I was aware of certain things. That's so weird. That's one of the reasons why I decided to speak up as well. Because it was like, okay, well, shit, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, you know, what the issue was. At this point, it's like, okay, well, what's going on? What's the problem? You know, and a lot of people don't want to admit the problem, because it would speak to, you know, people operating out of hastiness. And it would also speak to some other shit that's going on. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to take advantage of any type of attention that's coming from malice. Why would I want to do that? Once again, you guys, I have my whitening strips in, so it's kind of like, you know, it's going to give an issue for sure. It's going to give lisp for sure. Okay. And it is what it is. A lot of people are like, oh my God, that's ghetto. Why would she do that? It's like, I'm on the go. This is how I live my life. What's the problem? I don't typically speak when I have these things in. I typically will have a mask on, or I will, you see how my makeup is acting a fool right here, y'all. It is showing out. It's showing out, honey. Anyway, so typically I don't really, I wouldn't show this, but it's like, well, I'm outside. People are going to see it regardless. So I might as well, whatever. So post what all has been put out so far. Because everybody already knew. So it really is kind of like just me letting people know, like, I see you, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see you in my environment. I've been saying this for a long time. Now it's gotten to a point where people kind of can't really ignore that. Yeah, a group of people got together to set me up. They, recruited other communities so that they could get rid of me. I think personally it was one of those things where, like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of a thing. And I have been harassed by a particular community pretty much since the 80s. So they connected with that community that is where I'm at. And then they decided that they were going to take on the task of assignment, when in fact it wasn't even them who assigned it, I'm sure. These people did the same shit to my mom, and it's been a really messed up journey because of it. And these people think they're gonna fuck up my journey, and they got another thing coming. I'm being honest about that. I'm not allowing my journey to go down the motherfucking toilet because you guys just simply don't like me, or your grandmama didn't like my grandmama, or your mama didn't like my mama. That ain't got shit to do with me. Okay, so we just gonna keep it all the way a buck right now. There are some people who have been assigned spiritually to carry out what was known as a generational curse that was placed on my family years ago, back in my grandmother's days. And people have made a vow, whether it be through maybe cult association or something like that. Okay. Maybe through that, or maybe through another way that I'm not aware of, maybe, which is fine with me, trust me. And they decided that they wanted to, curse the women in my family. No, baby, we're not going through that. We're not going through that. The women in my family are not going to be loveless women. We are not meant to be concubines and whores. Okay, we are not out here, chosen to be I almost said something, but I'm not going to say that because that would be terrible. I wouldn't even want my own children to hear me saying something like that. But, we're not out here for your disposal, basically. Okay, so when people understand that there's more to certain women who are chosen than just what they can do in the bedroom, then that's when we become a little bit closer to what truth should be. Okay? It is very clear, okay, that if you line up my actions, my responses to everything, what I have to say versus what's been done, how I live my life versus how people have said I live my life, how people have decided that, okay, well, she doing this sexy look or whatever today, she must be ready, or she must be. I am not interested in being your new recruit. I'm not interested in being your new recruit. I don't want any of my offspring being your new recruits. I'm not interested in any of that. I don't want my kids caught up in what you guys got going on. I don't want to be caught up in what you guys got going on. And if you wanted me to be involved, you should have asked me, and you should not have just thrown me in some shit as your sacrificial lamb to where you can just completely ruin somebody's reputation and ruin what it is that they're trying to work on in their lives just so that you can have another notch on your belt. Okay? Everybody at this point definitely knows that it was a setup, and now you all know that I know that it was a setup. Okay? Am I trying to press charges? No, I'm not. Am I interested in exposing people? Not really. Have these people been harassing and following me ever since? Yes. Okay. Is there a solution? Sure. The solution would come in the form of accountability and apology and righting your wrongs in whichever way you can possibly do that. That's where the solution would come in. But are people willing to do that? Less likely. It's not everybody who could benefit from this has already benefited from it. You get what I'm saying? And their whole thing is, oh, well, this woman has already benefited in her way. No, I haven't. Don't let them people lie to you. Okay? Do not let them people lie to you. Okay? And if it was a situation, trust and believe, it was a situation that compromised me before it helped me. Just know that. All right? That's one of the reasons why I said to myself, I was like, they lucked up and found the right victim. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I am a fair person. I look at things from a fair perspective. And my thing is this. Let me go through every single experience that has happened. Right? Every single experience that's taken place. And let me make sure that I knew what was on the other side of that experience before I get to speaking on it, right? I took inventory of my experiences over the last 4 years. A couple of situations popped up where it seems like I've been compromised. You know, even down to trying to work on my children and things like that so that certain things won't be said, because if it's said, then it'll incriminate or it'll hurt, you know, my own peoples. You manipulated people into thinking one thing when in fact it wasn't that, and y'all know it. So I don't know exactly what all has transpired, but I do know that I hope everybody gets, you know, what's coming to them. If it's good that's coming to you, cool. If it's bad that's coming to you, I mean, whatever's coming to you is what you put out there, right? That part. For me, people are trying to switch destinies with me and send chaos my way because they know that I didn't deserve any of the shit that they did. So what I'm sitting up here talking to God about is, Lord, reveal the truth so everybody can live their truth and move forward. Because I know damn well I live my truth every single day. There's no reason for me to live anything outside of what I am living, which is my truth. Now, hopefully we can change that truth, but if we can't, we'll see.